Okay, it looks like we're live, so welcome back. Today I'm going to be implementing tests into my Hashmap, which I wrote in C, of course. So to do that, I'm going to be using this library, made by Schooly B. He is a fellow streamer. I will actually do a shout out, or here, I'll post a link in the chat, and then on the YouTube video, it'll also be in the description, to his Twitch channel. Yeah, good stuff. So, yeah. Using his library, it's called, let's see, how do you pronounce it again? Quasar. Yeah. So it's basically a testing library. So I have it installed here, and I'm not using it yet. So let's go into here. So basically, the Hashmap itself is just a header-only file. And then I have the C file for testing. So I'm going to be using this. So you just have to import both of these, both the C file and the header file. And then it's imported. And you have to do init map. No, that's not right. That's for my thing. No, you have to do init. I didn't do it yet. It's down here. Init quasar. So init. Whoops. Okay. Quasar. There we go. And then it should be initialized. So if I compile this now, it does actually work. One thing though, I did have to change something to get it to work. So in the file, in here, I added this because so before it was not like this, and it does not work. It is defined in the header file, like this, extra and int, but it doesn't work like that. If I try to build it, then I get an error, because it's undefined reference. So you have to actually define it in here. So this could just be a skill issue that I just don't know what I'm doing, but it does work if I do that. So then it compiles and all that stuff. Yeah, so it is working then. And this is just putting some stuff in the hash map, and then removing it from the map. So basically I can move some of this stuff out into tests using the built-in stuff. So it's pretty much all done in macros. Yeah, so that is a function, obviously, that we call it there, this function. There's also this one defined in the header file, but I don't think there's an implementation for it. So yeah, so that is the thing. Oh, what's up, Schooly B? How are you doing? Yeah, so I'm just taking a look at this. So I did have one issue, and it was with the global variable. I had to add it into here, define it, and there wasn't anything like, I think actually maybe I could just define it in here. Yeah, and then that would also work, because it's not recognized just being in the header file like this. Yeah, and I didn't see anything about that in here. Yeah, that is the only thing that I had to do to actually get it to work, was add this global variable declaration. Yeah. Okay, so init, and then yeah, so then we have a few things to test it. So this one, in here there's only that, but there's also good documentation in the header file itself on what everything is and how it works. Yeah, so the main thing that I'm using is the return one. So I can grab that. So it is a macro. Whoops, that's not the right place. That's not what I want to do. Is a macro. So I could do something here. Okay, I don't want to define it. I just want to call it. Okay, so yeah, we're just calling that, and then we have. So this is that's the number of the test. Yeah, so that can just be 1. Expected. So I'll do this 0 because I want it to be 0, and then I'm going to call remove from map with map and then also the key. So yeah, key 2. So that one should work. It should successfully remove it. And then I'll do one that should not be successful. Whoops, I need to get rid of those actually. That's what you get for copy pasting. Right. There we go. Okay. So yeah, if I do that now, this one should actually fail if I try to remove one that does not exist. So let's just do 420. That one does not exist. And then I'll get rid of these because I do not need them anymore. So this is getting a value. So that is going to work a little different. Can't exactly test it the same. But yeah, so now if I build this, and then if I try to run it, it should, it does actually say, here, let me get rid of the print map. I do not want that anymore. Yeah, so the tests, both of them pass. But if I change them to not pass, then they will fail. So that does actually work. Expected return value of 0, but received a return value of 1. So that is all good. All good. And then we also have some other ones in here. Yeah, so that's the return. This is equal stir. Yeah, so that is just checking two different strings if they are equal, and then there's also one for numbers. Yes. Okay. So, all right, and let's see. So yeah, then we have the return, and then this is bool. Yeah. So this, yeah, maybe. So that is like the other ones, but with boolean values. Okay. And then this is the execution time. So I do want to test that out actually. Just there we go. So let me try that. So if I just, oops. Okay. And then if I just do get from that, and then key 3 should still be in there, so I'm going to do that. Maybe I should also add a check to make sure it does actually succeed before doing that as well. Yeah, so get from map key 3. That should be in the map. So if I build this down, and I do get an issue, so let's see. Oh, okay, I might have messed something up. Hang on, let me see. Okay. Okay, format specifies int. Alright, what did I do wrong? So, do that and then the function. I might actually have to import time.h as well. I don't think that's what the issue is, but... Okay, yeah, so then the macro expansion, Oh, yeah, that's the issue, actually. It is because of this. Yeah, there we go. So that was... Alright, well, that was part of it, at least. Int, but the argument has type void pointer. Alright, so it wants that to be an integer. Okay. So why does it want the function to be an integer? Interesting. Let me try. Let's see. What if I call like int n? Well, that, yeah, that gives the same thing. Let me actually undo that and see what happens. So it's just a warning. I can still try to run it. And it did actually do that. This one failed. So, oh yeah, you know what? You can't test it on getting from the map because it only works with integers like that, and it does not return an exit code in that way. So that one won't actually work. But that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. So if I do hashmap, yeah. So it does actually work then. It just has the error. And I guess now it does. Huh. Okay. Yeah. I guess there's no error anymore. Yeah. Let me try doing it a couple of times consecutively. Yeah. It's about the same every time. Let me also try putting something in the map. So let me actually let me do that up here. Put in map. And yeah, so let's just put that. Sure. And let's test that exact time. Oh yeah, I need to actually put a value as well. Whoa. Okay, yeah, and then it'll work. Alright. Yeah, and then execution time. Alright, yeah, so that is nice. I do like that. One thing about using the macros rather than like a function is that it does make it harder to debug. Like when you're trying to use it and then you accidentally forget a parameter or whatever, then it's kind of confusing what that means exactly because there's a lot of stuff here. So I did want to know like why you chose to use macros over functions. Like this one could pretty easily be a function that just takes a function pointer, right? Yeah, so I was just wondering why, like what the specific reason is for that. Okay. Yeah. Obviously it does work this way. Okay. Can run that. And so yeah. Let's see. What else then? Okay. So let's look at let me look at the string one. We'll stir. Yeah. Just yank that. Okay. So it's a little messy right now. I'll clean it up. But I just want to test out all the features. So result stir. Okay, so There was no definite reasoning. I've been thinking about making them functions. Uh, okay. That's fair. Yeah, I just think it'd be easier for debugging on the user's end if they were functions. That is what I'm thinking. Yeah, because it'll be a better error message if you forget to provide a parameter to the function rather than a macro like that. Expected stir. All right, and then all right. So let's see that, and then it does pass. Okay. So I should be able to do this as a return from the function as well, right? So if I do something like get from map the 556, I actually do have to provide the map as well. And then if I pass that to that char star, and then run it, it should, yeah, actually it has to be the same thing. So 6. That is how we can test that, on strings at least. And then obviously you have the other ones for booleans and integers. I don't think there is, let me see. Actually this one could work with floats as well, perhaps. No, because it's printing out, yeah. Well, that would fail at least. The printing. Alright. Yeah, so that all works in, and the test passed. So that's how I can test that. But you can put other things besides strings in here. You can put any data type, really. So what else? I should probably do a init map. So what does, let me look. I actually don't remember my own library. Init map. And that just doesn't return anything. So I don't think I need to exit code for that. Let me look at it. So let's see. So yeah, so that's fine. It's always gonna be. It's always gonna be fine as long as the map is valid. So that's good. Something else that I was wondering. So have you considered making it just a header-only library, rather than having the C file as well? Like basically you just put this implementation into the header file, and then you only have to include the one, rather than including both of them. Yes, you read my mind. All right, so you are planning on doing that then? But I think that would be a bit nicer if that makes any sense. Just being able to do that, and it's not very difficult because you don't have much going on in here. Yeah, I think it would be a good idea. Okay, so what else? 100%. All right, perfect. Yes. All right. All right, so let me try out. So we did the stir one. Let me do this one now. I want to try out all of them, and I'm going to write actual tests. Yeah. So let me put it at the bottom so it is more clear. Test number. You put anything here. Expected and result. All right, so let's do. What other one could we test it on? So, well, you could use this in the same way as this one, as long as it returns an integer, right? Like that, and then would that work in the same way? Or am I misunderstanding? Let's see, 2 view arguments. Oh yeah, I need to provide that. Alright, and let's see. And that does also work, yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then it's like false if you do the wrong one, actually. So, it's maybe not good. You're probably not supposed to use it like this then. Okay. So, equals, let's see. Okay. So cool to see these use cases. I didn't plan on this. Yeah. Well, that's how it is when you have other people testing your software. Very nice. Test 1 failed, stage 4, but got 3 as the result. Alright, so what is, in here, what is it, why is it returning 1 at the end of it? In, like, the example usage? Because it doesn't take that here. Yeah. Alright, let's see what else. So, return, yep, so that is that, and then bool, and then exact time. And that is all of them. Alright, so, the boolean one, I don't have anything that uses boolean, so, typo? Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so true. Okay, yeah, so I think I can actually use it for actual tests and see how it is. So let me just get rid of all of this. Yeah, so I'll get rid of the whole thing. This one as well. I'll leave the print map there and the delete and free. So actually, what can that return? Delete and free. Yes, this doesn't return anything, so that's all good. I don't need to test anything on that. So let me just. This is gonna be the main one that I use really, because most of the functions do return those. So let's try to put in map. I think that is how it is called, right? Put in map. Yeah. Put in map. Yeah. Okay. So I need map and then the value. So I'll just put test1. And then the value will be test1 also. So let's see. Yes, that's test1, and then the expected output is not 3, it'll be 0. Because that shouldn't fail. This one should never fail. Yeah. Putting it in the map. Unless the map, well, I guess it can't really get full unless you run out of memory. So because use a linked list to store it all. Yeah. So this, yeah, that should all be good then. So if I do that, should have these tests. I need to increment these as well. Alright. And then let's add removing from the map, and then also testing how it works. So, removing from the map, remove from map, and I will remove, let's see, I want to remove the middle one, like that, actually, just that one. And this, maybe I'll make it, a bit of an order, so this can be like that, and then this one will be the 20s. Yeah, I think that's good, a good way to order it. To keep track of it. So remove it from the map, and then I'll make one that actually tries to get it from the map, and it should fail. So let me actually look. So what? The string compare one, I could use that. It's just it will need casting because of the way it works, but I think it would still work like that. So if I go ahead and do this, so we remove it from the map, then we check if it is equal. So this will be 30. Expected stir. So I think I can do that. That might not work. Maybe I could just do like that. But it's not going to return that. It returns null. So I'm not sure if that'll work. But let's see. Get from map. And then, yeah. So I want to try to get test2, and it should fail. Okay. It's a non-null argument. Yeah, so it probably won't work. Yeah. Oh yeah, we shouldn't be able to remove from it twice. Yeah, so I can do that and make sure it fails. Alright, and then, yeah, so we say fall if we do no. I was expecting that. Can also just do, can actually, in this way, it's a little bit unorthodox. You can do, I was testing around with it, and it did actually work. You can check if it's equal to 0 when you get it, like this, just using the return, and that actually works because null is the same as that. Okay, I'm not sure. Something wrong with that. But, yeah, and then it passes, because it returns null, and then it compares that to 0, and they are... I'm not able to say it is null as well. But, let's see, is this from... Yeah, it doesn't like putting null in there. And in this one, so... Yeah, it's doing that thing again, and I don't understand why exactly. Fun. Like, that's a little, I don't know, it still works though. Yeah, it passes, and then if I change it to be 1, it will actually fail. Yeah. So that's a cool way of doing it if you're expecting it to return null. Yeah. And then, yeah, and we can use the string compare one, for when we are actually trying to get it. Actually trying to get the proper route. Whoops. Can add that to the README. All right, very cool. That would be a good idea. All right, so then, yeah, so we could test this on trying to get test 3. Whoops, actually, I need to switch that around. You can use 0. Yeah. that would be a helpful thing, I think. It's a little bit maybe unsafe. That's why we're not using last, right? Yeah. All right. So in test 3, you should return that. I actually don't want to put in that. I want to get from that. And this will be, yeah. So there you go. And that one should actually, that should succeed then. You do get this error. That's actually something that I did. Let's see. Actually, I think I can cast this to something like that. Yeah, okay. And then it does actually go away. And you can do the same thing here because it's the result, but it sees it as a void pointer because it's like a function pointer kind of thing. But if we cast this to an int, I think it'll work. Maybe not. Okay, maybe not with the int. With the star, it does. I do that. Yeah, okay, so if you do that, then it gets rid of the warning. But also sometimes it doesn't have the warning, so I don't know why that is exactly. That actually failed. So yeah, it makes it fail to do that actually, so you can't do that. Okay. And then all the pass do test. All the tests do pass. Yeah. I want to figure out what this is about though. So yeah, I don't know why. Let me get rid of it now. And it should go away, right? Yeah. But it doesn't do that up here with these. So I don't quite understand why. Yeah, I'm not sure. Because these ones don't have that problem. They're not removing, or they're not getting from the map. Does it only have them get from that? So if I try to get from that, that's 1. Actually it's because it doesn't exist, right? Yeah, because we remove it. So that might be why, actually. No, okay, well, that's not actually why. That failed. Oh, because we're getting from the map. So, why was I doing that? Oh, yeah, because this one's supposed to fail. That is why. Yeah. I just completely forgot what I was doing. Yeah. So, why does it do that, though? Int. Alright, I could look at the thing, right? Yeah, this one. So, alright, I do like the documentation, though. You did a very good job on that. Okay, so the function is here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it doesn't like that. Actually, what is the function returning? So it is get from map. Ooh, okay. You know what? That is actually why. Okay. Because it's returning a void pointer. And do something like that. We still get that. Then I think it doesn't fail. So that is actually why. So what if, yeah, it's because of, I forgot that this is actually returning the void pointer. So it's like more generic. And then that's why it is that error with this one specifically. So what is a way to fix that? Yeah, because it wants to be int. Yeah, so if I do this actually, build it and then run it, it's gonna, yeah, it does that. It does print it out properly. I need a way to, yeah, I don't know. Right, well, it does work. It just has the warning, which is not ideal. Let me try to do the string one again, except with the null value. And cast it to that. Let's see. So then, let me actually comment this one out. Use with test 2. Yeah, and then, yeah, so it doesn't like that. 0, it doesn't want that either because oh yeah, that's safe faults, obviously. Can't cast that there. I don't think that works either. Because it doesn't like the null. So, yeah, alright, so I don't think it's going to work. So you just have to deal with this, and there's going to be a warning if it's returning a void pointer like that. Yeah. There might be a specific way to cast it to make it go away, but I cannot figure that out. Well, you can make it go away, but then it breaks, so no point in that. And I think that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. As long as it works. So that is test 30, which passes because it's supposed to be null. I'm going to actually add a comment so that I know what's actually going on here. I think I can make this null, actually. And we do get another warning. Let's see, if I cast this to an int pointer, does it work? It does still work like that. But I want it to not have the... to not have that. Yeah, that returns a lot of warning. So, what's the best way to do that? I'll just do 0 and then... see, I can't really do that. And then I will add here and say... expect null 0. My Vim does not like me writing comments. From function trying to remove empty empty slot. Alright, something like that. And then the other one I think is pretty clear what's going on. Cast it to a character to not get warnings. That is all good. Alright. So then move from map. Yeah, so you shouldn't be able to move twice. And actually I want to make it a bigger map. 14, 15. I'm thinking. And I just had a thought. What if? What do you think about having a description for past tests like I did for failures? So you don't have to comment yourself. Yeah, I mean, that would probably be useful. Yeah. Alright, something that I wanted to try, actually. So I don't have to iterate this every time. I want to make a function which returns an integer. It's a little weird. Iota, like in Go, actually. It doesn't take anything. But it basically just uses a global, test count, like that, and it'll be 0 by default. And then it just does test count plus 1, or plus plus, and just returns that. And then, instead of doing this, I can just do iota, and it will return the next number. I don't know. I wanted to do that. It is harder to keep track of what the numbers are, so it might not be good necessarily in that case, but it does make it nicer to write, because you don't have to remember what the last one was. Yeah. Also, I just wanted to try that. Okay, and I think it'll work then. And then, yeah, so it did actually work. It's hard to tell what the tests are, so I think, yeah, having a description for that would be useful. Okay. Yeah, so let's see. So now I have more stuff in here, and I don't actually want the same things. 6. Alright, yeah. Alright, something like that. So now it's bigger, and then I want to make sure I can remove just some middle elements. So let me do this, actually. And then try to remove test 4 as well, to make sure it doesn't break the whole thing. So that should work, and then I should be able to immediately after that get from map. That's a get. Let me see. Put it here though. I'm gonna get test 4, and it should fail. And actually, I want to do it the same way. So do it like that. Test 4. But then I also want to remove the last one and make sure that still works, and make sure we can get the other elements from the map. Yeah. So then these are the failing ones, and then these are the succeeding ones. So test 3. Yeah. So test 3 should still exist. Test 1 as well. It's just test actually. No, it is test 1. And then test 5. Test 5 should exist. Yeah. So all those should exist. Test 1, test 3, and test 5. So that should all pass if I did everything right. And it did. Alright, so that is good. So the Hashmap is working, and it looks like the library is working as well. So that is very cool. Alright, so I can print it as well at the end and see what it looks like. Yeah, and it just all goes to null. There's no collisions. Very cool. And also, I want to try hash map size. So I could actually let me try that. That won't work actually. It needs to be in a separate one. We're gonna change to 1, then run it. And then we actually do fail. So that is interesting. That's 6. So yeah, this is the only problem with that. So you have to go like this. So 7 fails. That's a bit strange. I don't do this. I don't do this one. It still fail. It does. On number... yeah. Okay. On that one. So why is that? So it's segmentation bugs. And let's see. So is that... Clearly has something to do with this. But... it does that there as well. How big does it have to get before it does not do that? Okay. Alright, so it has to be 6. Let me test 5. Okay, 5 I guess does work. So 4 does not work. And I don't like that. So why? That's actually probably something with mine. With my actual thing. So I'm going to quickly comment the test out. And then try to just put in map. Map 1 and test 1, like that. And then I'm going to do this 6 times. And see if it actually works. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Whoops. Alright, do something like that, and build it. Oh yeah, I don't have a prototype for this function. So I can add that in here. I need to actually fix this, because it's not actually right. But I'm not going to do that right now. After I'm done with the test, though, probably. Oh, I see what it's saying, actually. It needs the void in it. Yes, okay. There we go. And now if I run it, okay, so it didn't seg fault that time. So that's interesting. What if I try to, so I want to actually do the exact same thing that I'm doing for all, so remove from that. I want to remove test 2. Like so. Then, alright, so then 4 and 6. 4 and 6. And then, actually, the issue still here's main updates. Alright, well, that is cool. Have you pushed any right now that I should, no, okay, not yet. Once you do, let me know, and then I can actually pull them, and then update all the tests that I have. So, let's see. Okay. Yeah, so let me try that then, because that's fair. Many arguments. Yeah, because you don't actually do that. I don't even know how to use my own library. Okay, if I do that thing, does it fail there? It does not. So I'm thinking it's probably with this. Yeah. Yeah, test 2. Yeah, right, so that's actually where it fails. When you try to remove it again. Yeah. So I need to fix that. So remove map. But it only does that when it's a certain size. Ooh, it's probably because of the overlap though. That would make sense. Yeah, so I should actually print them out and see. It does take all to do that. So let me print it before I remove them all and see what it looks like, where the collisions are happening. Okay, so test 3. 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so where is test 2? Ooh. Actually, then let me look at it right after removing test 2. Yeah, this might be an oversight of mine. So then, let's see, what did we have? We had test 2, and then, alright, actually, it looks like it still works. So, it's just trying to remove it, it's seg faults. So that is not good. So, okay, I just got a notification from Twitch. So, yeah, alright, that is something from, alright, yeah, I do this now. So it's seg fault when I do that, and let me look at remove from map. So if I Why does it do that? Is it still saving the key in there somewhere? No, because there's no test 2. So why? Alright, I did encounter a bug in my library, so that is actually good. That is good. Let me look. So let me try to find the failure. So that is the current one, and then we go through the linked list here. Return. So where do we return one? Alright, right here. So could we be failing here? Let me just add some stuff and see. So it's not there. Let's see, we make it to this point. Okay. It does not. Okay, so not in there. That would not. Let me print here. Alright, does it actually go into this with it? It does not, so it goes past that, and then it doesn't go here, and it doesn't go there. It doesn't go here either. It does. Okay, and then it must fail at this one. No. Ooh, is it something with the key? Am I not removing the key properly? Because then it's right here where it does that. We can compare that. Does this just loop forever, actually? Okay, because we're comparing the key. Huh. Okay, yeah, that is a problem. So in here, I'm gonna try to do this. So I'm assuming it's from the string compare. That is actually causing it. So the temp next key, but we don't check if it is null. Next equals null and return 1. There we go. Alright, yeah, so that is something that I need to do. So, because I do check it in here. What do? I can't do that in there. Is there a more concise way to check this so that I can check it here as well as here at the same time? That here. So we check that. And then yeah, because we can't check the next one. Yeah, this is something that you do not encounter if you do a different way of sorting the handling collisions. I mean, I forget what it's called though, where it just goes to the next index. Yeah, you don't encounter this problem. Okay, but I mean this does work, so I can clean it up later because it works now. So all the tests should work how they were before. So if I get rid of all of these, as well as this, then it should not fail. And it does pass now. Alright, and I should be able to make this 1. And it'll be slow, but it should pass. And then it said false again. Okay, so it did not work. Let me actually go back then to how it was. Whoops. I want that. And now I want to change this to 1. There we go. And let's see, so. Okay. 4, 3, and 1. So why does it do that? Alright, let's print. Okay. Let's see. So we should make it somewhere around here. And then, alright, so we get there, and then after that, we go inside the loop. We do it a couple times, but then it fails in the loop. So, ooh, you know what? Let me do this. And then next, not equal null. And then at the end, if it's null, then we'll check. I think that will fix it. It does not. Okay. Still doesn't work. Okay. So we do make it past it, though. So it doesn't work for a different reason. Alright. So we get to here. Yes, alright. And then in here. Alright, not in there. So it's in this block. We, let's see. In here. So what is the specific line? Okay. And almost there. Alright. So it must be with the free. Sure. No. Alright, so it is this one. Setting that. Breaks it. No. Alright, so it breaks at the end then. Why does it seg fault then? Is it not from that? See, is it not from this one? It is still from that one. But then it fails, but after this. So when we return it, I don't do anything else with it. What happened? Actually, could it be when we are deleting and freeing it? No, so it still seg faults anyway. Huh. Okay. So temp next equals that. I guess I don't really handle where we do not encounter things, do we? So maybe I need to check this again. To next. Need it's temp to next equals null. Then return 1. Here, there we go. If I do something like that. And then we don't get there, so that is not the issue. What's temp 2? So temp 2 is that. Huh. Let me actually print the key then. There we go. Temp 2 key. And it is test 3. Okay. So why are we there? Huh. That is interesting. So, temp 2 is next. Hello there, how are you doing? How are you doing? Okay. I am working on tests for my Hashmap library right now. Yes. Using this library from SchoolEB, who is in the chat, actually, as well. I think he's still in the chat, at least. Yeah. And I'm kind of a bug, so I'm trying to fix it right now. Two keys, so why are we here? So... yeah, I don't understand why it seg faults from this. Yes, we don't make it past here. We make it to the end of this function. Actually, this might not exist anymore, so let me print something else. Text. Okay, I might have to break out the debugger. So we do get to the end of there. Huh. Why does it, ooh, actually, that could be, oh, that's from this, right? From that one. So it's not actually printing it here. Okay, I see. Yeah. I am just made a stupid. Alright, so we should not be in there. Let's see, where do we actually return from? So that should have 2 of them. Alright, so we do make it to this point. And then I think we should make it into here as well. Yes, so I have 2 tests in here. And then, let's see, so. And then, yeah, not in there. Does it get past this point? It does not. So it is up here where it fails. Let's see what, and that next is not there. Maybe this does not work. Okay, so it's something like this. But I don't think that that would help me. But it does. Oh, maybe we did this one. Okay. Then it did actually succeed. So, let me try now. By doing this. And putting the test back in. Let me try to run it now. And they should all succeed. Alright, perfect. So, now it seems to be working properly. Let's see. And now if I run it, then those all pass still, and everything is fine and dandy. That is good. So I don't need to say. So there we go. Thank you for your library. It actually helped find and fix a bug. That is very cool. So what else can I test? So this gets it from here and then the end as well, and that all still works. Let's see. 1, 3, and 5. And then I should try putting another one in. That one. And then I will check to make sure I can get it. Yeah, I think that is good. Okay. And alright, so then that does pass. Okay. So, what other functions do I have in here? Okay, Hashmap. Yep, so that is that. Don't need. I don't really need to test that. This actually should not be in here, so there we go. 2 warnings. Let me just, yes, these are just from this. I would like to be able to not have those warnings, so they're like silencing that. So I want to figure that out. Void star. Cast this to I don't think this will work. Yeah, this makes more of them and then it breaks. Yeah. That does allow it to pass, but it is still not what it wants. I don't think there's really a way to change that. Yeah, and this one uses string compare, so that would not work. Let me look in here. So, actually look at the just equals. This one. Yeah, that uses numbers, so that probably would not work either. It would be the same thing. Do you think that you could implement another one of these, but for pointers? Where basically yeah, it can basically work exactly the same, except it's just the print has to be different. Yeah, do you think you could do that? I think, well, I could probably do that as well if I just copy this. Yeah, I think it would, pretty sure equals, and then I'll just pointer. Yeah, and then instead of this, just using P, then that should work. Turn, and then it should not have the warning. And actually, I'm checking the wrong one, because it's equals. Okay, I think I should actually modify the return. Yeah, let me do that. Did it to the wrong one, so let me change that. The return, yeah, this one. So I will grab that. And then, yeah, modify it the same way I did. And then try it and see what works. So return pointer, yeah. Then I don't want to cast it, because it should be fine. Then you could probably use a null instead of the 0. And then that would be more clear as well. But, okay, yeah. Null. And, argument has type in, so what is that? Put in map. Did I mess up, actually, the function? Or the macro? In map, okay. I think I did break it. So, whoops. Because I think I need to change this. Yeah. Okay, I forgot to add that. There we go. And now it compiles properly. Okay, if I run it, it does pass. Alright, yeah. So, it's basically the same as that, just changing that to P. Yeah. So that is all, and then it's easier to read. Yeah. And then, also it's useful for comparing pointer values, if you have them, other than just null. And yeah, I think I could use, can't really use it for that though, because that uses string compare, so. Yeah. Okay, so, let me look here. Do I have something else? I could also check the value. Well, that's basically the same thing, so I don't really need to do that. Value equals null. Yeah, okay, so that's pretty cool. And then, alright, so that is most of the tests that I wanted to write. I should do some with different data types though. And I'll use a new map for that. So let me just actually do this. And then sort of start over. Let me also do... Yeah, actually that's fine. So, test count, set. Alright. Start over and then have this at the end as well. And then do one without strings. Or, strings still have to be the key, but everything else. So, insert into it. Yeah, instead of putting this in here, I will just put 1. And then I want to see how that works out. So I did actually mess something up. Oh yeah, because it needs to be a pointer to it. So let me actually do value. Whoops, value equals 1, and then I can pass the value like that, and that will. All right, still doesn't work. Yeah, mess it up actually. So what? Key value. Oh wait, is my documentation messed up? Put in map. You're supposed to have the map in there as well. Yeah, I need to fix that. Yeah, here needs to have map. And this actually should be. Oh, it's fine. That's fine. There we go. So now it is fixed. So why does that not work now? Because it's valid. Yeah, that's stupid. Alright, and then I cannot redefine map, so I need to basically redeclare that. Then there we go. Alright, so that did pass then. So let me do that a couple of times. Yep, test 2 and test 3. Use value equals 2. And actually, that's when it changes, so let me do value 2, 2, and value 3. Let me value 1 then. Value 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so that's pretty good. Okay, and then I will test removing. So that is here. Removing one. So I will remove the last element. And make sure it works. So if I fill this in, should all pass. Alright, that is good. And then I will check trying to get the element. So can return null. Yeah, so let me try the null then. And try that on getting test 3, which should be deleted now, and then also one that has never existed, so like test 4, something like that, and those should both fail. Well, it should pass, but should be null is what I meant. And then yeah, so we don't need to use equal stir for this, so we can do the return as well. Like this. Return, and then so we want to get the value of test 2, test 1, sure actually. We don't need to pass anything in there. And that should be 0. So get from map, and then I need to actually pass it to an int pointer and dereference it. Yeah, there we go. And then if I run it, it should turn 1. Oh yeah, because the value is actually 1, so it should be equal to value 1, is what I want to check for. And it is. Okay, and then I want to do the same thing for 2. 2, yeah. Set. So that will actually fail because it is getting the wrong element. Okay, and then this should succeed. And it does actually work. Alright, this is very nice. Okay, everything is actually working well. Declare variables. Okay, so I could probably put null in there as well. Let's see what happens. So I put null. I'll call this null. And that should still succeed. And it does. Okay. And then I want to try to get it. So yeah, that is interesting. So get from map. It should. Well, it would still return null, right? Because it is returning null. But that is actually correctly returning null, which is interesting. So it's like a success failure. That makes sense. Yes. Kind of funny though. So that does work then. And then I will test. Let's see what else can I test. 2. Okay, that is good. And then let me try getting it a couple times in a row. And it all passes. Change the size of the hash map. 0 actually won't make it all. So yeah, make it 1 now, and it will work. And you can also make it something very large. That's probably gonna use a lot of memory, but that's okay. And it does work. Okay. So I'll leave that because that is good. All right, and then hash map. So let me also print the map. Let's see, I don't have that here anymore. So let me do print map. Map. And then what else do I have to pass to this? So print map. Yeah, printing type and type. All right. Print map. Printing type is going to be S, and then the type is HR as well. There we go. Like that, and that should work then. Did it print the map? It did print it here at the end, and then afterward, it won't work. But then down here, I want to print it as well. It kind of interrupts the test though, so maybe I should print it in a different way. I want to print it at the end of the test. Yeah, well, it's fine. Okay. Percent %d, and then it's just this needs to be actually int pointer dereference like that. Then segmentation fault. All right, so that did not work. So why? Because we have null in the hash map. It's not wanting you to mix up types like that. Yeah, there we go. So that is actually why. So I'm going to get rid of that. So, okay, well then that works. I could also just print the pointer. And then put the null back. Because I did like the null. So just pointer like that. I might not would cast it in. Okay, yeah. I can just do... Well, I just put it how it is, so just not pass it to anything. Yeah, that won't work, actually, so let's do that. And then, it does actually work, and it prints out null. But you can't really tell what those are, so... yeah, I can leave like that, that's fine. Alright, all the tests pass. That is all very good. So, count equals 0, I think, here, actually, once we go to the next one, maybe I will do count equals 100, something like that. Actually, yeah, something like that. And then it will actually order them a bit differently. So it's easier to tell when it starts and ends, if that makes any sense. Okay. So, what else? That is all good. Alright, so, init, green. I wanted to look at those definitions as well. Yeah, I've never done anything with, color escape codes like that, and they are interesting. Yeah. I see you use them a lot in your projects. So, on equals true. Yeah. Okay, just wanted to read through it and understand kind of what's going on. Okay. Also, I was wondering what the point of this, kill function was, since it doesn't exist. Like, there's no, you removed it. Oh, okay. Okay. Are you gonna bring it back? Or is it just, it's like dead now? So it's not, it's just here because you didn't remove it yet from the header? 1, 4, yep, okay. I think I will commit the changes of this. Let me actually, I need to update the move completely now, okay. So in here, I want to keep all that, but I don't want to keep, I guess there's no executables in here, so that's fine. Yeah, so I think that's good then. I don't think I need to update it. Okay, so I will go ahead and commit this. Let me do the quasar. We're testing. Okay. And fix a couple bug and read. I messed that up, that's okay. Yeah. So, alright, perfect. Yeah, and then we have this in here as well. With all that stuff. Alright, perfect. So, okay. Whoops, don't mean to do that. So let me look back in here, in the header file, and just going to go through what it all does. Okay. Yeah, equals. But got that. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Pretty straightforward. It's very simple, but extremely useful. Yeah, okay. Cello. Okay, yeah. Actually, I want to add this again. So the execution time. I want to implement that to test something. So, I want to see how long it takes to remove it from an empty one. Oops. So if I do this, that again, and then get from map, and test for it. So it has to go through the whole map to test it. Well, I guess it has to go through each element of the linked list. So it would be, yeah, I want to see this then. Yeah, so if I make it very small, and then put a lot of elements in there, it should take longer 10, 11, 12. No, it doesn't actually matter the number. Alright, and then if I do this, let's see, does it take longer? I might have to add way too many to make it actually take meaningful amount of time longer. Actually, how many is that? 5. Yeah, so it's like the same. Okay. It is pretty fast though, so that is good. Yeah. Yeah, I guess there's not really anything that I do need to test the speed up for this one. Unless I had a bigger data set. Okay. Yeah, let me change this back actually. So it's not that. And okay. Alright, testing at the library and giving feedback. When I push updates, okay. Alright, very cool. And then yeah, so then I'll update it to work with your updates. Yeah. It's a very cool library. Very cool and very useful as well. And it's also very simple. And I like that. What is that about? Alright, yeah, so I guess that's pretty much it then. Pretty much it. I got all the tests written, and it all seems to work. Fixed the bug. And everything looks good. Looks good to me. Yeah. Is there anything else I wanted to test though? I don't think so. And I could add tests for these functions, but that doesn't really matter that much. The hash. We should add some tests to make sure that it is the same every time. And then yeah, then I'll probably end the stream. So yeah, just add some tests for the hash function. And that can just go up here because it doesn't require the map at all. So let's just use one of these for return. And I'll need to actually test what it is and then actually output it. So this is going to return an integer. So then we need to put a key here. So oops. Test 1. Test 1. Alright, and then I can output what that is and then actually test it here. Let's see, 3. And then this is catch test 1. Alright, yeah, so if I run that thing, and I messed stuff up, so the map does not exist. Yeah, because we do not use that in there. What is it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no. So this needs to be that. Alright, there we go. And then, but it decides to, yeah, so this needs to be calculated in. That's not a big deal. No. Alright, so, and, okay.